What is Gucci, YouTube? It's your boy Black Gucci, have 3 long face, skinny body. We are back, still black, with some more fire Boruto content. Yes, and we are getting closer and closer to the time skip, man. We're here as of the recording of this video. We're literally a few weeks away from Boruto Chapter 81. And it's time to start discussing the important things that need to be addressed and discussed. So without further ado, let's hop right into the business. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video with your friends, and let's get to it.
9 mountains and 8 seas make one world. 1,000 worlds make one chiliocosm. 1 chiliocosm to the power of 3, and there's nothing I can't cut.
These past 3 months have been actually kind of weird because at the start of the Boruto hiatus, I say like after week 1, week 2, pushing week 3, I'm like, damn, this is going to be a long time. But somewhere in the middle, I don't know if I'm the only one, but somewhere in the middle of this hiatus, like I ain't going to say I forgot about Boruto, but it was just like, yeah, this is what we're doing. Like, this is just now. You feel me? This is the moment. This is here. This is now. I appreciate everybody, right? It's been a great summer. Very amazing summer. Uploads every now and then, here and there, with a few consistencies popping up. But now the time skip is back, man. So we're about to get back on schedule ASAP, no Rocky. And it's time to get real serious because now the things that we're discussing and the things that are on the line are much more serious and much more higher to a degree than anything that we have ever previously talked about, right? Aside from the fact that Medley needs to get jumped by the current generation. I don't know if they're going to jump him in the time skip, chapter 81, chapter 82, whichever way, however way it goes down, I will be there for it with popcorn in hand. Medley needs to be dealt with accordingly. Now, with that being said, chapter 81, August 20th. Now, I don't know what to expect. Let's just be real. I'm gonna be 100% real. But I have a few ideas as to how they can go with their approach going into chapter 81 with all of the things that we've gotten so far. I'm talking about all the way since back in February when we first got Boruto and Kawaki's time skip design release, right? And then we just got Sarada's time skip design release just a few weeks ago. And we're here punching and rolling. It's time to get closer, starting to get closer to the time at hand. And now things are about to really start getting serious. So what can we expect with Boruto Chapter 81? One thing Boruto Chapter 80 did is definitely leave open a lot of doors despite answering a few questions, but in a much better way, in a good way, I should say, not better, but in a good way, in the terms of it's not questions that are detrimental to the series, but questions that open more doors, possibilities, and scenarios for the series as a whole. Now, the main thing over everybody's head, like, all right, this whole omnipotence thing, like, what's really fun to be cracking? Are we fun to open up the first chapter of 2 Blue Vortex and niggas is out here trying to go to Thunderburger acting like everything's all Gucci and dandy, or are we really fun to be serious and in the trenches and in the grind with it? Now, we know one of the promotional texts for the promotional magazine for V-Jump release alongside with Sarada's time skip design, something also popped up in the text in terms of Boruto and Sasuke being approached by, leaving us in suspense in regards to, or should I say in relations to chapter 81. So safe to assume the guy whose name is on the title, Boruto, we might see him chapter 81. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if we get Boruto the last few chapters, we open up with Boruto and the majority of the chapter is no Boruto. Either way they go, I wouldn't be surprised if they take that approach in some way, shape, or form. But we understand Boruto and Sasuke are being approached. So first things first, my guy Sasuke, he's still here with it. You feel me? We ain't at the funeral yet. But when we be there, I will be there, definitely flying dandy, looking up snazzy and everything, right? But right now, we still here, alive and kicking, one arm, one eye. Let's get it, my guy. Sasuke and Boruto are being approached. Now, one thing about chapter 81 is kind of obvious in terms of everybody wondering, all right, is it going to be automatic time skip? There's still things that they have to answer in terms of what's going down currently. When I say currently, I mean Boruto being 12, Kawaki being 14, Sarada being 12, the current age group that we've been dealing with everything right now with in the timeline. There's still a couple of things that can be addressed, or should I say should be addressed, right? One of the most notable things is we've seen Boruto have the flash forward scene when he initially found out his mind was being merged with Momoshiki's. We saw all of the things go down. Everything occurred how Boruto saw them, except for the one scene where we see Kawaki with the blood on his face, his horn activated. Kawaki has not activated his horn, I don't know since when. Since Naruto was still in the story the last time Kawaki activated his horn. We've seen Kawaki horn, but we've seen the Ino Shikocho chasing after Boruto. We've seen Sarada Misaki chasing after Boruto. We've seen all of these things, the hidden shinobi chasing after Boruto, everybody wondering where he's at. And now we understand how actually those events went down with the omnipotence, everybody switching their memories in accordance to Boruto and Kawaki. But we haven't seen the scene with Kawaki, the blood splatter on his face. Most people presume to be Boruto on the ground looking up, because most panels after the release of Boruto chapter 80 and 79 have come to show us that most of those scenes were from Boruto's perspective or Boruto's point of view, i.e. understanding that that shot with Kawaki standing over someone with blood on his face can't possibly be Boruto on the ground. So they can still address that currently in the age group. There's a lot of things that they can address, right? What would cause Code to wait to make an attack for these last few years that suddenly compels him to make an attack in chapter 81, be it that in chapter 81 Boruto, Sarada, they're 16 years old, meaning years have went by, right? And we already know the last time we saw Code, he had more than 1,000, not 1,000. He had more than 1,000, including some stored away, 10-tail soldiers, and he was still making more. So like, what's stopping Code is going to be a whole lot of technicalities in that scenario in terms of Code. Yes, his mind has switched with both Boruto and Kawaki, but he has no idea that Boruto has left the village. Now, coming across Boruto in another piece of land may spark a whole nother thing in its own. That's that. But Code still has to, at some point, address or approach the Hidden Leaf village, as he said he would, wanting to wage an all-out war on the Hidden Leaf, but understanding the obstacle that not only Ada, but also my guy Damon, because he stomped his head in already once before, poses to Code and his ultimate ideals and ultimate goal. Now, last thing that needs to be noted is the way that I believe chapter 81 will unfold the story. There's 3 ways that I honestly believe it would be hard for me to see them going outside of any one of these ways in terms of opening up the chapter. 3 ways I can see it going down. Chapter 81 now, it can start off with them going right back to where we left off with. We can see what happens fresh after Boruto and Sasuke leaves the village. It can also tie into the promotional text where we see Boruto and Sasuke are approached by ... But get this, right? Understanding this is still part 2 Blue Vortex. So leaving off or picking up right where we left off, we see Boruto, Sasuke leave the village. We see maybe the short-term plans of what they have for now in terms of getting away, getting out of everybody's sight so they can recuperate, rejuvenate, and understand the exact situation at hand. We can understand probably what was Kawaki gonna do, right? Aside from Code, one of the biggest question marks in this time skip would be Kawaki. Why is he waiting 3 years despite the fact that Ada is not going to tell him where Boruto's at? He's not going to be chilling in the village for 3 years, regardless whether it be to live up the part of being, Kawaki Uzumaki, the boy that everybody thinks is actually Boruto. You feel me? He can play the whole trauma trope. He could play the whole trauma card. Bro, my parents just got taken away or killed by Boruto. Boruto left the village. I'm about to be emo. And then just go into being the whole Kawaki personality that we know him to be. Mind you, I still don't like that man. Oh my gosh, I hate Kawaki. But that's definitely a possible scenario right there for Kawaki. It's still going to be hard to believe, okay, in terms of no action, no conflict, no confrontations going on. Why is there going to be 3 years of just peace? And we have Code in his situation, Kawaki in his situation, and you already know Big Uchiha vibes, Sarada in her situation. Hers would be more like Renaissance, you know what I'm saying? I don't even know if I said that word right, but her, Sumire, they're going to be under the radar with it. So those are the only exceptions of the ones that I feel like should be chilling, probably playing things behind the scenes in terms of this time skip. Everybody else has urgency. Like, urgency should be slapped on their forehead. With Code, urgency needs to be slapped on his forehead. Make a move now. Kawaki, make a move. Kawaki is playing with fire. He needs to have like double urgency, a trigger warning sign, and nothing but red flags slapped on his forehead, because he has to do something in terms of whether it be, playing along with the lines of, okay, I'm gonna go search for Otsutsuki in terms of under the guise of like, I need to find the truth about what happened to Naruto. I don't believe, quote unquote, Boruto actually killed Naruto. Let me go find Naruto, understanding that Kawaki is the one who actually has Naruto and the First Lady Hinata Uzumaki in his whereabouts and in his possession. But Kawaki can play the dumb card, right? It's going to be hard for Kawaki, and I say he's playing with fire because we already have 2 people who understand the truth, who want to do something about it, and another 2 people who understand the truth and honestly don't care. But one of them, in terms of Ada, honestly looking at Kawaki like, man, I ain't gonna lie, you turning out to be a bitch ass nigga. And I'm looking at Boruto, he's really looking like that guy right now. So it's a whole lot of controversy going down in Kawaki's case, right? So jumping off the story where everybody left off, giving us a sense of where everybody's direction is heading towards for the next 3 years, and then ending off the last half of chapter 81 in the time skip, right? So that's one way. Another way is I can see a mini time skip, meaning we see Boruto, Sasuke. Boruto isn't aged a few years, but it's probably been a few weeks, maybe a few days, maybe a few months since they have been on a run, and we kind of see how things are settling down, probably see how Code is beginning to make his move, maybe even see how, you know, things are starting to circle around or double back down on Kawaki, or possibly even not. Kawaki is taking head or taking charge in the things that are going down in the village, and then we're going to see how they play out and lead on much later down the line inside of the village, whether it be Kawaki going out hunting other Otsutsuki, whether it be Kawaki focusing on his growth within the village in terms of preparing for Boruto's possible return, or Kawaki himself actively searching for Boruto and Code throughout the ninja world and going about it in that manner. I can see that going down. So a couple months time skip and then leading on to the time skip, that's definitely possible. But then the last case scenario I see is a full-on time skip. We see how everybody is going to look the age that they pictures were released in. We seen Sarada with the short hair, we seen Kawaki with the ugly ass mullet, and we seen Boruto looking fly as ever, right? So we have those three designs released to us. We can open up the chapter in that time period, and they can sprinkle in a whole bunch of flashbacks for things that occurred after chapter 80. So possibly if we open up the time skip, right, and there's more people other than just Sarada and Sumire who know the truth, possibly Shikamaru, possibly Amato, possibly other figures, right? We can open up the chapter however they want to open it up, whatever suspense or intense scenes they want to place us in, but then throughout the chapter give us sprinklets of things that occurred directly after chapter 80, understanding, okay, so we see what Boruto and Sasuke are doing right now, whoever they are fighting right now, but boom, they sprinkle in some flashbacks, 2 panels or 1 panel. Okay, this is what Boruto and Sasuke did right after chapter 80. Boom, now we see what Code is doing right now, or we see what Kawaki's doing right now. Okay, boom, let's sprinkle in a couple of flashbacks and say, okay, so this is the reason it's been exactly 3 years, 4 years why Code hasn't made a move, right? Or this is the reason why Kawaki hasn't done anything significant within the last few years. Right now, Kawaki is stronger than Boruto. He has the whole world on his side, not just the village. So there's nothing really much holding Kawaki back from making a major move. So there's going to have to be some explanations put out. And I don't believe it would be far-fetched to think that they would give us that in the form of flashbacks throughout the chapter. But those 3 scenarios are very much possible to me. All in all, though, chapter 81 is going to be very much anticipated by me, and I'm looking forward to it hands down. Whether they still 12 or whether these motherfuckers are 16 years old, it's gonna be lit, and more likely than not, they're gonna be 16, 15. We seen the designs released. We understand part 2. We understand it's TBV. What are you talking about? Two Blue Vortex. I hate on the name. I was hating on the name, and I'm still hating on the name. Until we get another name, I'ma still rep Two Blue Vortex. You feel me? It is what it is. But all in all, man, high anticipations for Boruto chapter 81, literally weeks away, man. Weeks away. I'm really excited. I don't know, man. I got another video definitely paying for y'all, but I'm talking about like in terms of like a spoiler, like I know we're gonna get some leaks, man, and I'm gonna be on it ASAP. No Rocky, I'm gonna be on it. No questions asked. So I'm really excited. But let me know how y'all feel about Boruto chapter 81 and how you feel like the series should take their approach in terms of starting off or kicking off the story or picking up where the story actually left off. What do you want to see mostly in terms of Boruto Sasuke's journey, Sarada and Sumire's progression and laying low in the hidden leaf, Amato, how he copes with the whole situation of the person he actually needs, he thinks is far away, but the person he actually needs is right there next to him, being in Kawaki, or is he actually even affected by this at all? I want to see what's going on with Ada. I want to see what's going on with Damon. I want to see what's going on with my shorty Himawari. How much stronger has she actually become, right? The state of the village, the state of the ninja world. How does people actually perceive Naruto being dead within the last few years? A whole lot of interesting things they can touch on this chapter. So I'm really looking forward to it. It's your boy Black Ch.81. Holla at your boy. I'ma holla at y'all. The hiatus is officially over. Back to you out. Yes, sir. Ski.
Hey, can we take a trip to the sky? Show them that our limit's too high.
Cocoa butter hips on the wristlet. She said